There are moments in life when everything feels slightly out of focus. You wake up, go through the motions, do what needs to be done, but something feels off. Not broken, not wrong, just unfamiliar. You might call this feeling being lost. But what if you're not lost at all? What if you're simply between versions of yourself? We don't talk enough about this in-between space. We celebrate clarity. We admire confidence. We praise people who know exactly what they want. But growth rarely looks like that. Most of the time, growth feels like uncertainty, like standing on unstable ground, like being unsure at which parts of your old self still fit and which ones don't anymore. Think about the last time you changed in a meaningful way. Not a surface change, a real one. A shift in priorities, a change in identity, a moment when something you used to believe in quietly stopped making sense. That space right before the next version of you fully forms, that's where discomfort lives. And that's usually when people panic. They say, "I've lost my way. I don't recognize myself anymore. I should have this figured out by now." But that discomfort isn't a failure signal. It's a transition signal. You don't become a new version of yourself instantly. You shed the old one first. And shedding is messy. Old habits fall away before new ones take shape. Old motivations fade before new meaning arrives. The structure that once held you up dissolves, and for a while, there's nothing solid to replace it. That doesn't mean you're drifting. It means you're updating. Here's the part most people miss. Feeling lost often means you've outgrown something. Your environment, your routine, your role, even your own expectations. And growth doesn't ask for your permission. It just shows up and quietly makes the old version of you feel too small. When you're between versions of yourself, clarity doesn't come from pushing harder. It comes from allowing uncertainty without rushing to escape it. This is not the phase for dramatic decisions or reinvention. It's the phase for noticing. What drains you now that didn't before? What feels heavy that once felt exciting? What are you no longer willing to tolerate? These are not problems. They're signals. You don't need a new identity right now. You need patience with the gap. The space between who you were and who you're becoming is not empty. It's active. Something is reorganizing beneath the surface. And just because you can't see it yet doesn't mean it isn't happening. There's a quiet strength in staying present during this phase. Not numbing it, not distracting yourself out of it, not rushing to label it. Just letting yourself be here, between, unfinished, uncertain. That takes more courage than pretending everything is fine. If you feel disconnected from your old goals, that's not laziness. If your old definitions of success feel hollow, that's not failure. If your motivation has shifted, that's not weakness. It's evolution. And evolution rarely announces itself politely. So if today feels unclear, if your direction feels blurred, if you're questioning things that once felt obvious, pause before judging yourself. You may not be lost. You may simply be standing in the quiet moment before your next version becomes clear. And when that version arrives, it will make sense why this phase had to exist. Until then, stay grounded. Stay curious. And remember, being between versions of yourself is not a problem to solve. It's a passage to move through. Quietly, honestly, one step at a time.